Welcome to the Shark Tank LG, where entrepreneurs seek an investment to start, grow, or save their big ideas. If the sharks hear a great idea, they'll invest their own time and resources and fight each other for a deal. But the entrepreneurs must get the full amount of what they're asking for, or they'll walk out with nothing. The contestant who gets the most offers wins and will be provided with the means to put their big idea into motion. Who are the sharks? They are self-made local business experts who have long track records of demonstrating success in their given fields. Doug Wagner, a former ASU graduate, has banked over 27 years of experience in the construction industry. His distinguished career is rooted in the successful completion of numerous construction projects ranging from small to over $30 million in the private, commercial, and government sectors. As a LEED accredited professional, he is mindful of the important needs of the community for environmentally sound construction practices. Doug's diverse portfolio in development and leadership of building highly effective teams and cultivating an atmosphere of trust and accountability has distinctly set him apart from his competition. Nancy Haggerty, with an educational background in industrial psychology and business administration, has spent nearly 3 decades assisting a multitude of businesses and organizations, from nonprofits to small mom-and-pop startups and Fortune 500 companies, with the building and overseeing of their infrastructure, operations, and organizational workflow and management, including 2 of her very own corporations. Now semi-retired, Nancy has since replaced her day job hours with coaching and mentoring other entrepreneurs to achieve their dreams on a philanthropic basis. Andrew Napoleon, founder and CEO of A&M Graphics, has built a reputation as a premier, high-quality, full-service, large-format printing company in Arizona for the past 19 years. As a former Marine veteran, having served in Desert Storm, Andrew brings first-hand experience to the table with his unique management skills, understanding the risks and barriers of what it takes to survive in a small business climate, despite competitive and economic hurdles. As a father of 7, Andrew still finds time to serve veterans in a multitude of community projects and to enjoy his favorite sport of bass fishing in local tournaments.
First in the Shark Tank is a simple concept of providing help one financial emergency at a time. Let's welcome Lydia Truffin, a Mary Kay consultant.
Hi Sharks, my name is Lydia Truffin and I am the co-founder of the Humble Oaks Foundation. I am seeking help with booking 5 parties with at least 6 ladies each in exchange for free professional beauty consulting services for you and your family, as well as executive gift-giving services. The Humble Oaks Foundation is a dream that has been tugging on mine and my husband Joe's hearts for almost 10 years. We love helping people, but there's just so much need out there. So how can we really narrow it down and make an impact on our community? Well, after dreaming, scheming, planning, strategizing, praying, thinking, and talking about it, we came up with an idea for a nonprofit. Our idea is that once I reach the national sales director level in my Mary Kay company, and I start making the commissions, we could probably live off of 6 months or less of those commissions, and we would invest the rest in our foundation. The goal for our foundation is to help, to financially help the people in our community. How it works is that people can apply for a one-time grant from our foundation for things like getting help with the down payment for a house, or help getting a car because you need to get to work and back, or even emergency funds like for gas or groceries. We really want to be a beacon of hope in our communities. We know that we really want to empower people to realize that their economic status, their social status, their current situation does not define who they are. Everyone needs help once in a while. A bad day or a bad season does not make for a bad life. And sometimes people just need a bridge to help them get from point A to point B. We want to be that bridge, and we want to help stand in the gap for them with our foundation. We want to be well connected and deeply rooted within our community and use those resources and connections to really help the people in our community along. So we are just ordinary people working on purpose to do extraordinary work. We provide the ordinary and God provides the extra. And here's some information.
Lydia, how did you and your husband come up with this concept?
Well, it was about 10 years of strategizing and really seeking God's heart for what to do. Like I said, we love helping people, and there's just so much need. And instead of picking a foundation that would have a specific cause, we just wanted to do something a little bit more broad, because we believe that people's needs are different and they change from time to time. And so we feel that if we had a source where people that really don't have resources or don't know where to turn for resources could come and get those, that's what we wanted to do.
Who will dictate who gets help and who doesn't get help?
We would have a board of directors that would filter through all the applications and figure out based on the criteria that we have to select who gets help. Our goal is really to help as many people as possible. And we wanted to start a little bit smaller and just with our community first, and then if it expands, then just go from there and be able to accommodate.
Have you raised any outside funds?
We have not. We are actually just at the very, very beginning stages of this, and we feel like, my becoming a national sales director is contingent on our being able to even have the foundation, because we're not looking to do any outside fundraising, necessarily any outside fundraising or raise funds. We want to be the ones providing the funds for their needs. Does that make
So
sense?
you'll be the only one providing those funds?
Yeah.
What is your fallback if something happens to you and you're not able to provide those funds? Will you create this foundation that people are expecting us to move forward now?
Well, being a national sales director means I would have residual income. And so even if I'm not out there necessarily working really, really hard, I would have built, already a stage, I guess, to where I would still be getting some of the income. Does that make sense? Okay, so we haven't actually, this book is the first time I've ever said it out loud. We just figured out exactly what we wanted to do a few weeks ago, but I have spoken to some people about it, and just encouragement and just, people rallying around it has been great. It's been such a blessing. A lot bigger than I expected it to be.
In favor? Repeat what the request was that you're asking for and what the actual your offer is, what the return is.
Okay, so my request is help with booking 5 parties with at least 6 ladies at the parties.
Okay.
And in exchange for free professional beauty consulting services for you and your family, as well as executive gift giving services through my Mary Kay business.
Explain to me what you mean by booking 5 parties.
Okay, so the way Mary Kay works is I just show the product to people and they get to try it, and if they like it, they can buy it. If not, then there's never any obligation to buy it. So just having those 5 parties booked and having a commitment of at least 6 people being at each of those parties. And I think from those I can, grow it and then just keep multiplying it.
So is it safe to say this is
So-
for women only?
It's not for women only, it's mainly aimed at women, but men, use Mary Kay all the time. So if you want to have a Mary Kay party, you're more than welcome to either.
What products would they have for me to be able to use from Mary Kay?
You're more than welcome to use the products in the pink bottles. They do the same thing whether you're a man or woman, but we do have them in specifically designed.
So they do have the size formats.
And we also have, colognes and body care. So it's not just skincare.
Teens too?
And teens, yeah.
What is your time frame that you're looking for the 5 parties? What do you would like to say? Do you have an idea of when you might actually have this booked?
If I could do it this year, that would be great. I'm looking to do it within a month.
Okay.
But, starting January would be good too. And just kind of get a running start for next year.
So 30 days out through the end of the calendar year, 2014.
So once you get your 5 parties
Yep.
set, what's after that?
Well, that would just kind of give me a running start, and I would just keep building upon that and building upon that. So like I said, we are just in the very beginning stages of this, and the reason I'm even here presenting is honestly because I feel like this is what I'm being called to do, and my husband and I are called to do, and this is just laying the foundation out there. I know that, there's so many great organizations out there, but they are very specific to a certain thing, and most of them have to do a lot of fundraising to get the money. We kind of wanted to do it a little bit backwards and provide the money for the foundation so we wouldn't have to run into that, and we'd still be able to provide help within the community.
So this whole foundation is contingent on you qualifying for something else with another property.
Yes.
It doesn't have anything to do with this foundation at all.
So that would be the concept, yeah. That's how we would raise the money.
So why not look for outside sponsors? Why would you be the only host carrying that weight?
I don't know, this is just our baby and this is something that we've always wanted to do. And so because it was just my husband and I, providing the funding, this is one way that we could think of where we can get, pretty substantial amount of funding and not have to rely on anybody else. Not that we wouldn't, it's just at this point it's just what we thought.
Are you locked into that?
No.
So you'd be willing to take outside funding to help promote?
We'd be willing to hear other ideas.
Your offer is, if I understood you right, is 3 beauty consults. As a result of that, what was the exchange for?
Free beauty consulting services for you and your family, and also executive gift-giving services through my Mary Kay business.
Can you explain the executive gift giving?
Yes. So we have a very broad array of products in Mary Kay, and if anybody needs help with gift giving for birthdays, graduations, you're going over somebody's house for Thanksgiving and you want to bring a host of gifts, things like that.
Well, Liddy, I like the fact that you're very self-sustaining. I love the fact that you're trying to do this on your own and you're not self-promoting in a way that you're trying to solicit funds to pad your account for yourself. You're actually trying to do this and you're asking people to help you work hard. If you want to roll up your sleeves and you want to do the work, you're just asking people to provide you some opportunities so you can do that. So I'll make you an offer. Okay. Here's my offer. I will actually provide the 5 parties for you with a minimum of 6 ladies each. But in return, I want 5 beauty consultants, only under the understanding that it's for every successful party that you book where you make the proceeds that you need in order to be able to do what you're doing. So there's a minimum that needs to be made in order to qualify for that. I only want the beauty consultants on that, up to 5. And I also want to be considered to be on that board to do the help business. So because it sounds like since you are starting off at the very beginning stages of it, you're going to need as much advice with regards to a nonprofit, to the screening and intake process of knowing how to actually put one together, which I think is a great start.
Yeah, and our goal with this, we probably, because it's such a small thing, it would probably run out of our home for the first year or so. So our startup would really be very small. We would just, obviously we want to be in good standing with, the IRS and all of that stuff. We want to have all of our ducks in a row. And the only startup cost would probably be getting our names and all of the paperwork started. So thank you, that'd be awesome.
I don't think I really have anything to offer, so I'm out.
I don't think I'm convinced with what you're trying to do. I really understand that you're trying to reach out and help people. I think that's fantastic. But I also know the other side of it where there can be a lot of greedy people that take from you. How are you protecting yourself from those that will create facades that need help but really don't? How are you going to distinguish? You're just going to put the time in to figure out if someone's making $150,000 a year doing great. How do you know that they're not going to come to you and try to draw those funds out of you as well? How are you going to protect yourself from that?
Well, honestly, nothing is foolproof, and there's some people that are professional scammers. So I'm not saying that we're not going to have that. I'm sure we will. But the reason we wanted to start off smaller is just to really, so we can really get a handle on it and kind of figure some of those things out. And I think, we can strategize this to death. And there's definitely a lot of a lot of valid points in that. And we really want to be very strategic and intentional with how we spend our money and where we give our money and who we give our money to. But at the same time, it's one of those things where I think we need to go and do it and learn as we go along. So we're going to prepare, we're going to do all the background. I'm glad that Nancy is on board because I know she has a lot of experience in this, and obviously we're going to get counsel from people that have done this before and that know what to look for. But at the same time, I think nothing is foolproof, and sometimes you're just going to have to jump in and see what happens.
If you create this and it blows up to be bigger than you expected, let's say you develop a hardship, where are the funds going to come from? I understand you're talking about residual.
Right.
All things come to an end at any time. So if I invest my time in your company, how do I know that if something happens to you, that this foundation you're building will keep going? Because right now it's built around you.
Right. Right. Well, honestly, there's no guarantees. I mean, this could, like you said, this could, take off and be something greater. We can fall flat on our face. But we just feel like this is something that we have to do. And so we're going to go ahead with it and then see what happens. I know that's not a great business answer, but we'll never have stuff.
I think that I'm out.
So Lydia, my offer still stands, and just to reiterate, so I will actually commit to doing the 5 parties for 6 ladies minimum before the end of the year. But again, I would like in return for that 5 of those beauty consults, up to 5, but only for the successful parties that you actually end up getting that help you qualify as a result, and then also a chair on your board. Good deal.
Thank you.
Looking forward to working with you.
Thanks so much.
How do you feel?
I feel good. That was really exciting. So,
Are you nervous?
I was nervous. It went a lot smoother than I thought it would, so I'm excited for that.
Think Andrew was pretty tough on you?
I think he had some very valid questions, and those are some of the things that I have actually been thinking about. It's just I am so new at this, I really don't know some of the answers, but I am willing to find out. So.
Are you happy with your offer?
Yes, I'm very happy. I'm really excited that I got an offer. So, yay! I think it's a win.
Congratulations.
Thank you.